It was 5-0 before you could put the cheese on your nachos, for God's sakes. Jordan Wicks, man, first-round pick. Now, I'm not saying he can come up first start in mid-May and throw a 9-inning shutout, but, man, you're given another chance at your career to restart your career, and you start it up with that first inning, you get no excuses. Your team is reeling right now. Reeling. He didn't have his control, and then when he did, he gives up a long ball. I mean, there was nothing working for Jordan Wicks early. He stayed in the game a little bit longer, then eventually gets pulled. The number's really bad. The offense, down 5-0 before you could blink, really doesn't put up much of a fight, and they do lose their 10th in a row. This has been a season of whiplash, Cap. We've never seen anything like it. Fan, reporter, non-fan, whatever you are in this city, we've never seen anything like this in the city. One 10-game losing streak and a 10-game winning streak would be enough. But to win 2 10-game win streaks and quickly follow that with a 10-game losing streak, it's whiplash.
Do you realize that 2 weeks ago, MLB.com does their weekly power rankings?
And so does ESPN, yeah.
And the Cubs were number 1.
On our rankings, they were no worse than 2. They may have been 1 week, but they were right there. Everybody had the Cubs up there.
And then from that point on, they have plummeted to the position they wake up this morning is dead last, tied with the Pirates in the division. You lose tonight, you're all alone in last place.
Pirates have some pitching. Probably better pitching than the Cubs when you add up the Cubs' injuries. Now you start looking at these things as Pirates are better at this. The Brewers are better at everything. You know, is St. Louis have a better offense than the Cubs? I didn't think so. But if this continues, and it probably won't, we know, as I've said before, you can have 3 seasons within one. You've noted the Dodgers losing skids in 17 before winning it all. Things happen. But until they get out of this slump, Cap, you have every right to rant, be upset, and go nuts. When they get out of it, they'll get the praise. They're not out of it. Okay, it doesn't feel like they're coming out of it.
Let me say this. Shay, did you watch the whole game last night, or were you at the Sox game?
He was watching the Tigers.
Oh, please.
Yeah,
you think I was watching that
Those
garbage?
days are over.
No, I kept my eyes on the Cubs game. I was doing some stuff around the house and watching something with my wife, too.
So there's a...
I mean, dude, once it's 5-0, Jordan Wicks goes out there in the first and blows up.
It's the honeydew list at that point.
You know what? I can do some other things.
So Connor Griffin's on first. Base hit. PCA comes up throwing. He could not, and he's got a great arm. He could not throw out Connor Griffin with a freaking bazooka. Yet he airmails not only the cutoff man, but third base. He's lucky that it didn't go into the dugout. They hold both runners. But now the guy who got the hit ends up on second. So now you have 2 men in scoring position. And I'm screaming at the TV, hit the cutoff man, for Christ's sake. Little leaguers know. Hit the cutoff man. Nope. And then Brian Reynolds drives him in, and we're off to the races to get our head kicked in again. And then in the second inning, Bregman with a ringing double, and Ian Happ smokes one. Ian Happ ends up on second. Bregman scores. Now there's a fly ball to right. It's a 5-1 game. You've got to find a way to pick up that run. Oh, we got 2 back. He tries to tag on Valdez, the right fielder. He's out. They don't even challenge it. Out. You cannot make a stupid, idiotic mental mistake like that. Don't talk to me, I was trying to be aggressive, Cap. We're trying to make something happen. That is the dumbest ass play I've watched. If you can't crawl into third, 5-1 down, I would like to have the man standing at second with 1 out and take my chances and see what happens. And he gets hosed. Gone.
Let me respond to both those things. It is shocking to see PCA play defense this way. In the span of basically 10 days, he's made multiple mistakes, missed on balls that maybe only he could get to, but he did get to them and not make the catch. And then to airmail that, I mean, and the thing is, he's not hitting as bad as Most of those guys. His at-bats have been decent. So it's not. I don't think he's taking the at-bats out to the field. I think he's probably just taking the frustration of the team out to the field, which is a no-no. Defense should not slump. It is slumping clearly with PCA. Now, I understand what Ian Happ was thinking, as you do. You're down 4, trying to get that 1 run back, because if you're on third with less than 2 outs, you got a shot. But you are right. If you are up 4, you could take the chance. If you're up 1, you could take the chance. Down 4, you have to. It's like stealing third. You better be sure. You better be safe. Counsell kind of waved it off as an aggressive play.
No, but that's what Craig does.
Yeah.
Milquetoast Craig stands in the dugout. No accountability. None. PCA, you airmailed the cutoff man. Guess what? I would have aired his ass out in the dugout.
You're airing a guy's ass out for a physical mistake.
That's not a physical mistake,
that's
Jesse.
what we'll argue. I mean,
that is not a physical mistake.
I mean, you can argue that every physical mistake starts with a mental mistake because you're doing something wrong, maybe even before you pick up
Jesse,
the ball.
I played baseball.
But it's still
not
a
at that
physical
level.
mistake.
I did not get injured, Siri. Siri wants to know if I fell because I banged
You
my
might
hand
by
down.
the end of this show if you keep it up.
So you're right. Okay,
You're definitely going to get heart rate notifications.
no
here.
question. A mental mistake. I was taught when I played baseball into college that you're standing at whatever position. The first thing that goes through your mind before the pitch is ball hit to me. What am I doing?
100%.
Okay. If I'm Pete Crow Armstrong, ball hit to me, I got to keep the guy who got the hit from getting to second base and putting 2 guys in scoring position. Base hit to center. Connor Griffin is hauling ass around second. That dude can flat out motor.
Yes.
You're not going to throw him out with a freaking bazooka. And not only does he airmail the cutoff man, that's the mental error, he makes a physical error on top of it and throws it over to third baseman's head.
So it's a mental error and a physical error.
Ball hit to me, hit the cutoff man.
But
Period.
If you airmail the cutoff man, that's a physical error. If you airmail the first baseman, that's a mental error.
He never attempted to hit the cutoff man.
Well, how do you know? How do you know the ball didn't get away from him?
Oh, my God, Jesse.
That's a physical error. That's a physical
Jesse
error.
Counsell over there. Yeah.
I'm not making an excuse. The physical error is just as bad. He's a professional baseball player. He should be able to make the throw.
I would have aired his ass out in the dugout. That's it. And if he said, you embarrassed me in the dugout, guess what? We've lost 9 in a row. I'm going to embarrass everybody.
I have to see the play again. Is it close at third if he makes the throw?
No.
It's not even close.
It would have been the throw. If the throw's there, he's still safe.
So, I mean, that's part of it. You know, if he thinks he can get the guy at third, he's going to throw it over the cutoff man's head to go, as hard as he can.
Then you better get
on a
the
fly.
guy.
And he didn't get
And
him.
all of a sudden, now I got 2 guys in scoring position. I have a small margin for error the way the team's playing. Can't do it. And then Ian Happ tagging up on a fly ball to the right fielder. Either Ian's as slow as me or his decision-making sucks.
Ian's not as fast as he once was, that's for sure.
All of last year, how many times did we see him getting sent around third by Quentin Barry just to get thrown out at the plate?
Right.
This is a consistent problem for Ian Happ.
Yeah, he's not as fast as he was 10 years ago. And he was one of the fastest guys on the team, but that was 10 years ago.
I mean, just an absolute joke. Just so frustrating. Here is the manager of the Chicago Cubs, Craig Counsell, after the game.
We got to play better. We got to swing the bats better. We got to pitch better. We need more guys, contributing to good stuff. And staff, we got to figure out a way to get the players there. We're offensively, we are equipped to be way more consistent than this and way better than this. And we need to show it.
Okay, that's a bunch
Nice
of
scoop, Jesse.
That's a bunch of word salad right there.
But the only difference is at least that there's a little urgency to his voice.
That as a team, we are not going to overscore from last night's game. And you told me, hey, they just bludgeoned us to death and their pitcher was outstanding. Okay, flush it and move on. When I see mental mistakes, guys looking inept at the plate. Inept. Why is Kevin Alcantara here? Is he auditioning to be a bellhop or something? He's in the luxury hotel. He's on the team charter. He goes through warm-ups, and the guy can't get a chance to play. Because why? Because Craig lives by this insanely stupid narrative. Well, you never know what day the veteran's going to break out.
Yes.
Well, Craig, you've lost 10 in a row.
Still waiting for them to break out.
The most overpaid, overrated manager I have seen.
Well,
Let's
these
go,
$8
man.
million a year for that guy? Jed, what are you doing?
Do you know
Let's
last
go,
year,
man.
Charlie, I think on Waddle and Sylvie, maybe late last season during a little collapse the Cubs were having, I think it did a bit. Was this a quote from Craig Counsell or Matt Eberflus? We should
I
maybe
remember
bring that back because it is a little Eberflusian.
He is Eberflusian. I'm not telling you to walk in and flip over the buffet table of food. That's stupid. That does nothing. How about holding guys accountable? Like if you saw Craig Counsell airing PCA out in the dugout and you're pointing and you know what he's yelling about, or Ian Happ, you'd be like, wow, look at the manager.
Let's go, man.
And if you're on that team, you're like, whoa, Skip's a little upset. Well, he should be upset. They've lost 10 in a row. They've gone from first to freaking dead last. And that guy looks lifeless. And if Jed Hoyer can wake up in Pittsburgh in the hotel and go, well, just got to keep grinding. No. And if I was Tom Ricketts, I'd be on the phone with my president going, you better figure this crap out right freaking now. I'm spending $250 million for that. I took all the hits. You don't spend enough. Guess what? I gave you the checkbook. And this is what we've got. And our manager looks absolutely dead, fast asleep in the dugout. My ass, that guy's a winner.
And I'll go inside the clubhouse. I mean, the force multiplier was supposed to be the third baseman. You're paying $35 million for what is a singles hitter right now. And where's the force multiplying in the clubhouse? Where is it? I mean, since Alex Bregman got here, PCA has told someone to, you know what, gone into a tailspin offensively. Half his other teammates have as well. And really all Bregman has said is, we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. What they don't get about saying we're going to be okay in May is, yes, you might be okay. That doesn't mean you're going to overtake the Brewers again, because you're showing no sense of urgency and understanding of what has happened in this division in the past. All of that matters. All of that matters. My problem with Counsell and the whole team is during some bad times like this, there's no raising of the urgency. What do you always say? Find a way to win a baseball game. Scrap your way through it. I know it's easier said than done, but show the world you have some urgency. When you're losing, be even better with that throw, PCA. When you're losing, be even better with that decision-making, Ian Happ. That's the key here. They seem to be playing the same baseball they played 2 weeks ago and 3 weeks ago. And yes, they were winning it. That winning can solve everything. Losing, you need to do something about it. You need to do something about it. Not 2 or 3 losses in a row. That happens. But when you get to a point where on Sunday you've taken a lead, it feels like finally it's going to end, and it just caves in. Then you get on a plane and you go to Pittsburgh. Memorial Day, here we go. Change of scenery. And you give that effort. All right, next day, Jordan Wicks, season debut, and you give that effort. To me, and I said this yesterday to you, the last 3 days are the most worrisome. Anybody can slump, but now you're getting into the season slipping away range in a lot of ways. I don't care how many games back. And also, what is going on in the water there? What's happening in the environment? The games you were up on finally, you give back, and now you go on the road, and it continues. You know, usually there's a change of scenery, you get a win. Usually you bring up a pitcher, you might get a win. Usually you get a lead, you might finally get that win. None of that is happening. That's my problem.
Now, I asked you guys this walking in, and you guys had nothing. So I want to see if you have something. Has Counsell lost the team?
The problem with that is if they were sucking from day one to now, I might say yes. I mean, it's such an ambiguous term, losing the team, but we kind of all know it. They had 2 10-game win streaks, so he's lost the team in the span of 10 days, 12 days here. That's hard for me to imagine. I don't know. That's hard for me to imagine, but I do think something deeper is going on, especially the last 3 or 4 days.
Are you telling me that if he came into the dugout or was in the dugout, we'll talk about it. Let's take a quick time out and light up the phone lines.
Light them up.
312-332-3776. You be running the thing. What would you do? I'm not talking about you being the manager. I'm talking about you running the baseball team. You're Jed. What are you doing? Because this garbage is absolutely nauseating. Cubs get rocked. Sox losing extras. They're a much more fun watch. And I've tried to tell Shea, the left side of that White Sox infield, way better than what the Cubs run out there. I told you that.
I wouldn't listen.
312-332-3776. I'm pissed off. So is Jesse. How about you? Be right back.
Go Cubs, go. Go Cubs, go. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? Cubs gonna win today. Hey.